Footprints fading in the red dirt road, back of your dress in the rear view glow. You slammed that door like a judge came down, said, boy, quit running or they'll hang you in this town. There's whiskey in the well, but the rope runs short. Every lie I tell is a last resort. Got a heart full of smoke, hands that never held. You left your ring on the sink, I left my soul in your porch step, yeah. Now it's just me and whiskey in the well. Old dog howling at the barroom sign. He knows my truck, he waits outside. They call me trouble like it's all I am, but trouble's just a shelter when you never had a plan. There's whiskey in the well, but the rope runs short. Every lie I tell is a last resort. Got a heart full of smoke, hands that never held. You left your dress on the chair, I left my name where the lost ones are dwell. Now it's just me and whiskey in the well. I ain't brave, just too broke to quit. Oh, chasing every shadow that ever fit. If I make it to the morning, I'll try to be kind, but midnight keeps dragging me back in my mind. There's whiskey in the well, but the rope runs short. Every lie I tell is a last resort. Got a heart full of smoke, hands that never held. You left your ghost in this house, I left my hat on your windowsill. Now it's just me, just the echo and the emptiness, and whiskey in the well. Old boots on a cracked wood floor, same stool I've been leaning on for years. Cheap bourbon, same old war stories, same ghosts, same tired fears. And then the door side, laden heavy, smoke curled around her like a veil. Dark hair, red dress, eyes like thunder, walked in slow, soft as hail. She was a smoky bar dream in a neon dust, soft as a secret, sharp as rust. One glance cut straight through this weathered hide, saw my wild young heart in her tired eyes. Then she slipped through my fingers like a prayer in the wind. Smoky bar gone again. She sat where the shadows get deeper, back corner by the cracked glass pane. Lit a match, lit my memories, heard my first love call my name. Those eyes had the same fierce breaking, same highway hunger, same loose grin, like she danced with all my yesterdays and carried all my ancient sins. She was a smoky bar dream in a neon dusk, soft as a secret, sharp as rust. One glance cut straight through this weathered hide, saw my wild young heart, air tired eyes. Then she slipped through my fingers like a prayer in the wind. Smoky bar dream, here then gone again. I stood up, but the room turned hollow. Hey, chairs, dust, one busted fan. Where she'd been, just a cold glass sweating, like she never touched this land. She was a smoky bar dream in a neon dust, soft as a secret, sharp as rust. One glance cut straight through this weathered hide, saw my wild young heart in her tired eyes. Then she slipped through my fingers like a prayer in the wind. Smoky bar dream, just a ghost of who I might have been. She walked in like the end of summer, dust on her boots, sun in her hair, a laugh like she ain't had time to earn yet, like she'd been happy everywhere. Her laugh hit me like an old home movie, faded frames I swear I'd seen, a life that never happened to me, felt closer than the life I'd been. She looked like remembering something that I never did, like a porch swing I don't own, like a house I never lived in as a kid. For a moment I was younger than this worn out wedding band, holding a future I was never gonna have in the palm of my shaking hand. She asked me for a light and a story, said you look like you've seen some miles. I told her just the chapters I could handle, She filled the blanks in with her smile. We danced slow in a room full of strangers, her head near my heart, keeping time. I knew that she was headed for the highway, but she let me pretend she was mine. She looked like remembering something I never did, like Sunday mornings with a family that never called me daddy as a kid. For a moment I was braver than this quiet, careful man, holding a future I was never gonna have in the palm of my shaking hand. She said, I ain't staying past the sunrise. I said, darling, I don't blame you at all. Some hearts are meant for leaving, some just lean there on the wall. We kissed like we were stealing time right off God's own clock. Then she slipped out through the screen door, and the night went with her walk. She looked like remembering something I never did, like a kitchen light left burning for a boy who never hit in. Now I'm older than my stories, and they're shorter than my plans. Still feel that future I was never gonna have fade out of my trembling hands. Yeah, she looked like remembering of a life I never lived, and the pain of only holding it is all she had to give. Met her in a bar off I-25, dust on her boots, sun in her eyes, laughed like a river over worn-out stone. Said she'd been chasing places more than home. She asked my name, I said it's been a while since I'd been caught under a stranger's smile. Her hand felt small around my whiskey glass. Said, you look like a story with a broken past, but she belongs to the road, to the dotted lines and distant coastlines. She's the wind that won't be on, here for a song, gone by sunrise. I'm just a stop on her way to unknown, an old cowboy learning to let go. She belongs to the road. I showed showed her the ranch where the fences sat, the paint-chipped porch, the torn saddlebag. She spun in my hat in the kitchen light, bare feet on tile made the old house bright. We talked about years I could not get back. She talked about miles she still had to track. I saw that fire I used to know burning in a face that wouldn't grow old slow. But she belongs to the road, to the late night towns and sudden goodbyes. She's a spark that can't be slow, chasing every red sun as it dies. I'm just a verse in her unwritten home, an old cowboy learning to let go. 'Cause she belongs to the road. She kissed my cheek in the morning gray. Yeah, coffee went cold as she drove away. Tire tracks fading in the rear view dust, heart saying stay, but my bones say trust. One more chance is one more chain, and you don't roll down a wild rain. She left her scarf on my bedroom chair. Smells like summer, feels like prayer. 'Cause she belongs to the road, to the open sky and humming engines. She's a promise never wrote, just a gentle ghost in my old suspicions. I'll tip my hat to the love I once hoped, an old cowboy wise enough to know that she belongs to the road. Now I sit where the gravel meets the gate, watch the highway tip my fate. Some loves come and some just pass through. She kept me young for a night or two, then did what she was born to do. She belongs to the road. Neon hums like a tired old song, dust on the bottles, crowd thinned out. I was nursing what was left of my pride in a corner, talking to my doubts. Then she walked in like Saturday night, red dress swinging, eyes on fire. Smiled at this stranger twice her age, Said you look like you could use a partner, sir. One last slow dance in a dim-lit bar, her soft hand resting on this worn-out heart. We just swayed in a world of our own. Her perfume, her laugh, that borrowed glow, I knew it couldn't last, but I still took the chance. I'd give a lifetime for that one last slow dance. Jukebox crackled out some old love tune. She laid her head on my chest like she belonged. I forgot my aches, forgot my years, counted heartbeats instead of songs. She asked, tell me about the life you've lived. I said, too many miles, not enough home. She said, for tonight you ain't alone. Then held me just a little closer. Oh, one last slow dance in a dim-lit bar, her soft hand resting on this worn-out heart. We just swayed in a world of our own. Her perfume, her laugh, that borrowed glow, I knew it couldn't last, but I still took the chance. I'd give a lifetime for that one last slow dance. Sun snuck in through the blinds next morning. Stool sat empty where she'd been. Lipstick stain on my collar like a promise that this old heart could feel again. I searched every table, checked every door. All I found was her name on my mind. Guess some angels just passed through to leave a little light behind. One last slow dance in a dim-lit bar, her soft hand resting on this worn-out heart. We just swayed in a world of our own. Her perfume, her laugh, that borrowed glow, I knew it couldn't last, but I still took the chance. Now I live every night for that one last slow dance. Yeah, I'll die with a smile if that's all I get from romance. An old man, a young girl, and one